Tonight, my daughter laid a stack of loan papers on this table and whispered, "He signed my name." This story begins with that tremble in her hands, not a wedding vow. Sofia's fingers tap a shaky beat on this table, while her phone lights up with message after message. I'm Alma. I teach gentle strength. Tonight that means helping my grown girl slow her breathing in this room before she makes any big choice about her life, her house, or her heart. I watch the way her shoulders curl in on themselves, the way she keeps glancing at the door like someone might burst in and demand a signature. No one is bursting in. It is just us. This chair, this table, this small pool of lamplight, and the noise inside her mind. He already sent the forms to my email, she says, voice tight. He wrote my name where the co-borrower signs, Mama. He says all I have to do is finish it. I remember another night at this table, the public scene we cleaned up with soft words and a promise of therapy. We told ourselves that was a turning point. It was a turning point. But turning does not mean we have already arrived. We are still somewhere in the middle of the road. Good, I tell her gently. If it came to you, it can also stop with you. Put the phone down. Let's look at what is real on paper, not just what is loud in his messages. She slides a printed page across this table. Carlos says it's just a small business line, she mutters. He says if I really support him, I'll put the apartment up as security. His mother already told him she'll talk to me, woman to woman. I do not roll my eyes, though I want to. So, I say, tapping the margin. First line in our little ledger tonight. What is he asking you to risk? Sofia swallows. Our home, my name, my credit. And if it goes wrong, he says we can start over somewhere smaller. I nod slowly. Good. That is the truth of the ask. We write it plainly before we answer anything at all. I pull a blank sheet from the folder I keep near this chair. Not a legal form, just a simple page. 3 columns, I say. Paper, law, body. We don't have to know every answer tonight, but we can sort the mess. She watches as I draw 3 lines with my pen. Column 1. What do these documents say? Column 2. What do you still need a neutral person to explain? Column 3. What is your body telling you right now? Sofia gives a short, humorless laugh. Column 3 is easy. My stomach hurts. My hands are shaking. I nod. Good. We write that too. We never let fear hold the pen, but we do let it raise a flag. We start with the first column. Whose name is on the deed today? I ask. Both, she says. We bought it together after our wedding. No one else. Has that changed? No, not yet. So this table fact, I say, tapping the page, is that you are a full owner, not a guest in his story. Her shoulders drop a little. We list the loan amount, the interest, the part that says collateral. We do not rush. Column 2, I say. Which parts feel like another language? She circles 3 sentences. Hard. All of that, she whispers. I nodded on the phone like I understood. I didn't. Good, I answer. That is work for a neutral helper, not for midnight panic. But he says we don't need a lawyer, she protests. He says lawyers just feed fear and make couples fight. I breathe out slowly. I remember Raphael saying things like that years ago, before we walked some hard miles together. In this family, I say, we already have a written rule. No major money change without a neutral person in the room. She looks up. We wrote that here, didn't we? At this table, I remind her. The night after that big apology dinner, you both agreed. Neutral person first, signatures later. Her eyes fill. So he is not only asking me to risk the home, she says slowly. He is asking me to break a rule we wrote together. Raphael slips into this room quietly, sits in the chair beside me, and listens without interrupting. Sophia wipes her face with the back of her hand. Papa, he says I have to choose. She murmurs. Either I trust him and sign, or I prove I don't believe in him. Raphael's jaw tightens, but his voice is gentle. I used those words once, he admits. When your mother asked for help to understand our accounts, I told her she didn't trust me. That was not love. That was pride. He leans his elbows on this table. Sophia, a good partner does not need you blind. A good partner can stand next to you while you read every line. What if he gets angry that I spoke to you? She whispers. What if he says I'm turning you against him? I shake my head. You are not turning us against anyone. You are turning towards safety. I point to column 3. Tell me again what your body is saying. My chest feels tight when I even picture signing, she says slowly. But when I imagine asking questions with someone neutral there, I feel scared, but also taller. I smile. We listen to that. Fear plus tall is different from fear plus small. Fear plus small is danger. Fear plus tall is growth. She lets out a shaky laugh. You and your little sayings, Mama. They keep my own knees from knocking, I confess. Her phone buzzes on this table again. A new message. Did you print the forms? We can sign at my mother's place on Sunday. No need for strangers. Love you. Sophia stares at the screen like it is a fire. If I don't answer, he'll just keep calling, she says. If I do answer, I'll freeze and say yes. I nod. Then you don't answer alone, I reply. You answer with a script we practice in this room first. I draw a box at the bottom of the page. 3 short lines. Only 3. Like when you taught us to speak in 3 sentences at that public scene? She asks. Exactly, I say. Short, calm, clear. No insults, no excuses, just your boundary. We work on the first line. I will not sign anything this weekend, I suggest. Sophia winces. That sounds so hard. It is hard, I agree, but true. She tries again. I am not ready to sign this weekend. I nod. Better. Truth with a little softness. We write it down. Second line. I need a neutral professional to explain the documents with both of us present. She repeats it, slower. Third line. I still care about our marriage, so I will not rush a decision that could break it. She stares at the 3 lines. That's it? That's it, I say. You are not defending your whole life in one text. You are drawing a simple line in the sand. Raphael reaches for her hand across this table. And if he throws his famous words at you? He asks quietly. If he says, you're ruining my chance? Or, you're listening to your parents instead of me? Sophia bites her lip. Then I'll crumble, she whispers. You won't, I say, because we will practice. I have her sit back in this chair, feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes. Hear him say the worst line you fear. Say it out loud as if he is here. Her voice shakes as she imitates him. You never support me. You just want me stuck. I nod. Now breathe and answer with one calm sentence. I support us, not secret debt. She repeats it, stronger the second time. We add that new sentence under the little script box. I support us, not secret debt. Sofia traces the words with her finger. What if he says I'm being dramatic? She asks. I shrug. Then you keep your script. Drama burns out. Paper stays. I tap the first column again. Remember our ledger tonight. We are not writing whether Carlos is good or bad. We are writing what is happening. I list softly, counting on my fingers. He asked you to risk the home. He wrote your name before asking. He wants his mother present, not a neutral helper. He is pushing you to move fast. Sofia nods, eyes wide. When you say it like that, it sounds big. It is big, I say. That's why we go slow. The clock in this room ticks, steady as a heartbeat. We sit in a quiet triangle, mother, father, daughter, around this table. Do you want the marriage? I ask at last. Sofia's answer is immediate. Yes, I want the man I married. I just don't want to sign my future away to keep him. Raphael exhales. Then that's our map, he says. We are not planning a revenge. We are planning a safety net. I add another small note to the page. Goal: a marriage where both can see the numbers. Sofia smiles sadly. Like you two now. Raphael gives a half laugh. That took us a long time. Maybe you get to learn faster than we did. What about his mother? Sofia asks, voice dropping. She'll say I'm ungrateful. She'll bring up every gift they ever gave. I nod slowly. Then we give her a different job, I reply. She can love her son all she wants. She just doesn't run your pen. Sofia blinks. So I don't have to argue with her. No, I say. We save your energy. If she calls, you repeat the same 3 lines you send to him. I'm not signing this weekend. I need a neutral professional. I want a fair marriage. No extra explanations, no history lesson. Just the same calm record. Raphael chuckles softly. Like a broken record, he says. A healing record, I correct him. Different kind of track. At last, Sofia picks up her phone. Her thumb hovers, then rests. Can you stay while I type? She asks. Of course, I say. We read our 3 lines again. She writes them out slowly, line by line, exactly as we practiced. She adds a simple good night at the end. No emojis, no extra apology. Her finger trembles as she presses send. The message leaves the screen and becomes part of our quiet ledger for tonight. One clear act that matches her values, not his panic. She sets the phone face down on this table and folds her hands over it like she is closing a book. I feel like I just jumped off a cliff, she whispers. You stepped onto solid ground, I answer. But your legs don't know that yet. We sit for a few breaths, listening to the hush in this room. No one rushes to fill the silence. After a while, a reply arrives. Sofia flips the phone over. We read it together. Long paragraphs, blame, charm, little jokes, a threat to rethink everything if she insists on a lawyer. She slumps. See? I broke it. I shake my head. You did not break it. You just discovered where it was already cracked. Raphael nods. And now those cracks are on paper, not just in your chest. I slide the phone aside. We will not fix this tonight. Tonight's job was smaller and harder. Keeping your name off a page you don't understand. When Sofia finally stands from this chair, she looks tired but taller. She hugs Raphael first, then me. Thank you for not shouting, she says softly. I thought you'd either say, go back and obey, or leave him now. You didn't. I smile. My job at this table is not to choose for you. My job is to make sure you can see your choices clearly. Raphael adds, and to remind you that love and blind trust are not the same thing. Sophia nods, wipes her eyes one last time, and leaves the room with her stack of notes. The door clicks shut. The air settles. The ledger page lies in the center of this table like a small, honest mirror. Raphael leans back, rubbing his face. We made so many mistakes with money, he murmurs. I pushed you. You hid things from me. We nearly ruined everything. I cover his hand with mine. We also learned, I say. We wrote rules. We asked for help. We chose not to let shame drive the car. I look down at the 3 columns. This little map, I add, isn't just for Sofia. It's for us too. Anytime fear knocks, we can ask, what is on paper? What must a neutral person explain? What is my body saying? He smiles. 3 questions. Even I can remember that. I laugh. Good. I will remind you again anyway. I gather the page carefully and slide it into a simple folder in this room. Not to spy on my children, not to keep score, but to remember the shape of courage on an ordinary night. There is no party music, no microphones, no crowd watching. Just this table, 3 chairs, and a woman choosing not to sign away her own safety. Gentle strength often looks like nothing from the outside. A calm text. A small no. A promise to sit with a stranger who knows the law. Quiet acts, but they change the road ahead. I whisper a short prayer for Sofia and for Carlos too. That truth will do its work in both of them. If you were here in this room with me, I would hand you your own blank page and draw the same 3 columns. Paper, law, body. Then I would ask, who is rushing your hand toward a signature you don't understand? Maybe it is a spouse, maybe a child, maybe a smiling official. Whoever it is, you deserve time, neutral help, and calm words. You do not have to scream. You do not have to know every rule. You only need 3 steady lines. I will not rush. I need someone neutral. I want a future where I can look at every page without fear.